So welcome everybody, Hudson Valley Knits. I have some friends with me today. So
Hi.
we're down at Croton, Sanasqua Park down in Croton. And I have with me MaryJean.
Hi.
And you guys might remember Sandy.
Hi.
She's podcasted with me before. And over here, just checking this out, is Chef Mark. It's my honey. He's our technical supervisor. Yeah, so we're all sitting down by the river today because it's a beautiful day. We're knitting, and Sandy and MaryJean are going to show you what they're working on. So let me introduce myself. I'm Amy. It is Sunday, August what? What's
17th?
17th?
Wow, how did that happen?
I know. And it's, what is it, like 80 degrees out today?
I know, it's more like 70 degrees out today.
It's so beautiful out. It's unbelievable here.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
This is episode 24, and I'm going to start because I got a lot of stuff to show you. And MaryJean and Sandy have stuff. So I'm going to start with, what's in here? Bag number one.
Bag number one.
What do we have in bag number one? My Joanna Springs bag. We have the Mystery Knit-Along Shawl from Windy Knits. I started marking where I am. So I haven't worked on this much, as you can see from the last podcast, because I started Mark's sweater. So I've only gotten like maybe an inch on it. I'm almost done with the first part. That's how behind I am. But I am making it twice as big as the pattern calls for. And I'm knitting it with Spirit Trail Fiberworks Britannia, I think it's called. I can never pronounce it. So that's first. Probably
That's
won't.
gorgeous.
Isn't it nice?
It is.
Show
I
me
love
that
the
again.
colors.
Wow.
Isn't it I love the colors
I
too.
love the colors.
Oh.
It's like a periwinkle purpley.
So you knit the border on as you go.
Yep.
It's
all.
It looks very easy with because it's garter.
This would be a perfect project for MaryJean to learn lace.
Okay.
Oh,
This,
can you
'cause-
find me
great.
that color too?
well, we could find something close, I'm sure. So MaryJean, she's fairly new. She just learned how to knit this year. We all taught her at our knitting meetup. We all help her, and she actually finished her first sock recently, we've got
Which
it
we will
over.
see.
You'll see it, but right now it's over the microphone of the phone that we're recording on, so that you don't hear too much wind. Because
Although if you do
And when
hear
you
wind,
see
it
it,
is
you'll
really
see why.
breezy today, you can tell.
all right, so my socks, which look much better than MaryJean's socks right now. All right,
I'm
so
learning.
I have come a long way since the last. Oops, there's some dogs over there getting to know each other. So here's my sock. This is the second one. It's the Patent Croy blue stripe rag, and I've done the fish lips kiss heel and part of the foot. And I have to say, I must have messed up the fish lips kiss heel because my heel looks horrible. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a big gap right there. And I'm going to have to sew it up. Tighten it up. It really just came out crappy. I don't know what I did wrong. So that's my sock project that I keep in my bag for impulsive knitting episodes.
Oh my goodness.
And then
I forgot yarn overs on all of these. Oh, the way back
you
in
messed
there.
up.
I forgot to add the yarn over in the middle.
You can pick up a
I
yarn
know,
over as
I
you
know
go.
it. And on the next
Yeah.
time around.
So here is what I've been working on almost exclusively since I last
Show
podcast.
it next to Mark how gorgeous it's going to look on him.
So I basically had just finished the ribbing last time, and now I've gotten, geez, I don't know how many inches done of the main body. So here is, it's all the, so this is a good test of the wind. It's the honeycomb stitch in the center, and then the little braids on the side. So this is Mark's sweater, and this is going to be like my main project until Rhinebeck. It's Mark's Rhinebeck sweater. And last on the list, so this is, oh, I got a ladybug on my ladybug bag. Look guys,
Good luck.
see the ladybug?
means good luck.
And it's on my Joanna Springs ladybug bag. Where is it? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So anyways, so this is a special project. I want to talk about for a minute. I've mentioned it once, but the spinning group that I joined less than a year ago lost one of its members this past spring unexpectedly. And we decided as a group to do something special for her family. So she passed away this spring, a week after coming back from seeing her grandson for the first time down in North Carolina. She has another child getting married this September. And so what we did is we took all her hand spun from her stash and we're knitting them each, both of her kids and her husband, a blanket out of her hand spun. And so I'm knitting one of the blocks right now. Here's the pattern that we're making the blankets out of. It's this miter's cross pattern. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's a perfect pattern. We just need to make the gauge. And I basically spent all day today trying to get gauge on my first mitered square. So her name was Patty. And here's the hand spun I'm working with right now. It's a beautiful chocolatey brown. And here is another bit of hand spun she gave me to work with for another mitered square. We're not doing the cross feature because we don't have enough different colors. So here's the mitered square so far. I just cast on for the second one. You can see how I just cast on. And here's the first one. So I still have a long way to go, but I'm going to finish this probably today or early this week. I just thought this was a great way so her family could have a beautiful piece of her. You know, I'm getting a little choked up because it was just really sad and unexpected. But this way, you know, when they snuggle up with that blanket with the yarn that their mom and wife made, they'll have something special rather than just selling it all off and whatnot. So yeah, that's it for my knitting works in progress.
But Amy, maybe you want to take a minute to talk about knitting to gauge, because how you need it to go up needle sizes, you knit it tightly.
Yeah, so
and that it's okay.
It is. We're all different.
We're all different, and that the
but I'll tell you
needle
what.
size on a pattern is usually a suggestion.
Right. So what
everybody knits differently.
What I did is a couple of the other ladies in the group had already knit squares up, and the suggested needle size to get the 4.5-inch mitered square was size 8. So I went home and I started with an 8, and my square was like 3 inches by 3 inches, way off. So then I went up to a 9 and tried to knit very loose, and I got around a 4-inch square. So I ended up having to knit with a size 10 needle to get the 4.5-inch mitered square that everyone else was getting with an 8. So, you know, I definitely had to be very careful with gauge because there's so many different knitters and we have to sew this together, so everything has to be relatively the same size. There's a little room for stretching, but you don't want it too stretched out, and you want the same kind of fabric. So if obviously I knit tight, you don't want a tight gauge on one square and the other one's very airy and loosely knit. So it took me all day today to knit a square with the right gauge. But you know, it'll be worth it because it'll make the blanket look nice.
Everything will be more uniform.
Exactly. So, MaryJean, want to talk about what you're knitting?
I'm knitting a sock. I just started socks not that long ago. I made one, which I will show you.
All right, I got to take it off the recorder. So,
this is my sock. Yes, it's big.
I'm going to hold it up. This is Mary Jean's first sock. It's made with Lion Brand yarn that I picked up from Mary Jean at Vogue Knitting Live, which Sandy and I were roomies at Vogue Knitting Live. I would love to do that again. That was so much fun.
That was a fun weekend in the city.
Oh,
Definitely
man.
worth every moment.
It was worth the $100 to rent the room too, really. Wasn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, sorry, Mare.
So that's okay. So this is my very first sock. I've done hats, I've done gloves. This is my first something really challenging. And now I'm working on sock number 2. As well as, what is that you're doing for the seniors?
Oh, the washcloth. She's making me washcloths. I'm putting the, I can't put this on. So, go ahead.
So I've done 2 washcloths for Amy that she can take today for the seniors. And if she gives me more when I go away next week, I can knit on the way and hopefully come home with much more for her.
She's going on vacation, just so you know. So she's got a road trip coming, and she was talking about knitting her sock, but she's afraid like she'll get to where the heel flap starts and she won't remember what to do. So she's gonna take some cotton yarn that someone donated to me for this, and she's gonna knit some more washcloths. So that's it.
That's probably about it right now. I'm sure something will come up as we continue talking.
All right, so now Sandy.
Hi. Okay. I am knitting the Song of the Sea pattern that I fell in love with earlier this year. And it's designed by Louise Zass, that's Z-A-S-S Bangham. I hope I said your name right.
Let me hold it up.
Sure.
This is not a free pattern, right?
No, it's not a free pattern.
It's beautiful though, and especially with the blues, believe it or not, it's like worth doing in the blue.
And I bought this yarn, if you want to hold that up,
She bought it, oh,
at Rhinebeck many years ago.
it's a beautiful blue
From
green.
4 Direction Studio, and the yarn is mohair and wool, and it was dyed with indigo and orange osage.
Yeah, so this is,
And as soon as I saw this pattern, I knew that this was the yarn that I wanted to use for it. The only problem is, I don't know if you can see, that even though I washed it several times, the dye is still coming off on my fingers and hand. But I'm hoping that maybe you have some suggestions on how to get it to stop bleeding. I did wash it 3 times. I'm pretty sure I gave it a vinegar soak, but I don't remember.
that's the only thing I ever found. When I was knitting that hat for my father, remember that from the alpaca farm that we got at the Knitting Guild? It was dyed with indigo, and gave it multiple baths, including a vinegar bath, and it still bled.
Did it bleed on your dad's head?
I don't know. He hasn't reported any bleeding, but
Okay, because he doesn't have a lot of hair, right?
well, no, actually, he has a little bit. He's
Oh,
got a
okay.
bald
Oh,
spot.
sorry, Dad. Sorry.
He's not gonna watch this. Are you kidding? He
Oh,
wouldn't be able to.
He
hear
wouldn't
it.
get this far into it. Anyway, perhaps Amy wants to hold this up close.
Yes, I do.
And you can see that the patterns look like waves, and these are the first part of the pattern, which are the big waves, and the next section are half that size, and then the final section are the tiny little waves that come up on the shore.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I have this pattern too. I want to knit it one of these days.
It's a very pretty pattern.
No, I was thinking today that next year I'm going to focus on, once Mark's sweater is done, I'm going to focus on using up some of my hand spun yarn and finishing up some like works in progress. So anyway, is that it?
That's it, but I just dropped my stitch marker, so I was wondering if anybody had an extra one.
I'm sure I do in my
Or I
bag.
can go searching around here for it.
No, I'm sure I got one in my bag.
Thank you, Amy.
Now I
She's
gotta
just-
buy more stitches.
That's what knitty friends are for.
Alright.
Hopefully by the end of the day I'll
I have
find
my
it.
handy dandy notions bag.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Alright, so next in...
Oh, these are really pretty. Did you make these?
No.
Oh, okay.
I bought them.
Look, they're little like jump rings with a bead in them.
Yeah, these are probably from Little Skein. I like her stitch markers.
Really
They're really cute. Here,
Okay, thank you.
take that one. Alright, so next I have some no finish objects from me, but I do have a spinning finish object, so let me show you that. It's the Highland Handmade Holworth that I was spinning up on my Lendrum wheel. I two-plied it on my Hanson, and here it is. I love the way the colors came out.
Oh, I like those colors too.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful.
I got about 260 yards of a two-ply out of this, so it's probably a DK, and it really is.
Some nice colors.
Yeah, I like them. It's all green and blue, very primary. I don't know how well you can see this, but let me see. I'm gonna get it in the light a little more. It hasn't been bathed yet, but
What does that mean?
well, after you spin, you got all that energy in your yarn. You can kind of see here, it's kind of like curling in on itself. And what it does is it plumps up and relaxes the fibers so that it doesn't like curl up. Now, I did notice that I didn't spin this enough. I should have spun it a little tighter. Sorry about the train. Yeah, because when I was plying it, the singles kept coming apart because I wasn't spinning it tight enough. So I needed more twist. But live and learn. I really love, sorry about the train, I'm going to wait till it goes by.
Let's wait a second as it goes by. Hi, train.
There's the train.
Metro North on the way to the city.
Yeah.
Just an hour away. Come visit us.
Yeah, if any of you city people are watching this podcast, we're right near the Croton Harmon train station. And if you guys want to come and hang out and knit with us, I would love it. Go to the Hudson Valley Knits group on Ravelry or Peekskill Knitting group on Facebook and request to join, and you can keep up with where we're meeting and when. And I'd be happy to pick up anybody at the train station if you want to hang out. There's lots of fun places to hang out up here. So anyway, really, I mean it. We love it.
Come join us.
So that is my spinning finished object. This is not really a spinning finished object, this next thing. Although I am done finished with the spinning the singles. I spun one of my loop bats.
That's a pretty color.
The colorway was Mother Nature. I showed this to you last week. The colors were like greens and purples, and I think there was a brown in there. I forget. It's merino, bamboo, tussa silk, and Angelina, which is the sparkle, 5.3 ounces. I spun it really thin, and I think I did it pretty good. I spun this on my Hanson, and I spun this because when we go to Rhinebeck, I signed...
Which is 2 months from now.
I can't wait! Rhinebeck is coming! I signed up for a 3-ply chain plying class with J.C. Boggs, the publisher of the Ply magazine. And I'm saving this for that class. So this is what I will practice on. And I have done chain ply before, but I want to perfect it. So I think this came out really good. I was really happy with the consistency, and I'm just going to save it for that class. And that is my spinning whips, except, wait, I'm still working on this, not much new to show. I did spin a lot more, but it's hard for you to really tell. And these are my Naturally Knitty Rolags that I bought. I'm on the second set of 2 ounces and I have a bunch more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 more roll eggs to spin up.
How much will that spin up? How many yards will you get from each one of those?
I don't remember what I got, honestly. I already spin up 2 ounces and started to knit a sock with it. It came out really thick though. I thought I would get maybe a DK weight or a sport weight. I think it came out like a worsted weight, so I wasn't spinning as thin as I thought I was. But so it's a short sock.
Anklet.
An anklet, yeah. It's going to be an ankle sock. So that's it for me. So I have 2 stash enhancements to share with you.
And while Amy's looking for that, I just wanted to let you know that as soon as I wash my hands, the dye does come off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Well, I'm not walking around blue-handed.
I just find indigo never really washes out.
All right, well, I didn't know that then, but I know it now.
So what do you see there?
Note to self, don't use indigo.
Oh, stash enhancements.
Nice.
So this is a self-striping sock yarn from Fishnets, Strong Heart 2-ply fingering, and it's called Canadia, right? Canadiana. Canadiana is the colorway. So this is it's not a self-striping like you would think. So what it is it's designed that you knit for the sock from both ends, and you're going to have the color repeat at the top of the sock. So it's a yellow, a red, a purple, and a green with a thin stripe of white. And then it's going to be predominantly white. And then down at the end of the foot, you're going to have another set of stripes. And then, if you knit from the other end of the skein, for your next sock, you start from the top down, you're going to have it on the cuff and then again on the foot. So, I'm going to knit this up next. I can't wait to try it. This was a birthday gift. So I had mentioned that I got some lovely gifts from some watchers of the podcast for my birthday. And one of them pre-ordered this for me. Her name is Trista, and she's Trista23 on Ravelry. So thank you, Trista. I'm going to knit this up, and then after this, I'm going to knit the Stray Cat self-striping socks that someone else gifted me. But this, I can't wait. And I was thinking, because it's white, I'll just do like a little textured kind of stitch, just to give it a little texture.
The colors really pop.
Yeah,
It does.
Oh, I can't wait. So she bought this because it resembles the colors on the Hudson blanket. By Land's End has this wool blanket called the Hudson blanket.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And these are the colors they use, and it's spot on, and I can't wait to knit socks with this. So after I finish the ones I'm working on now, these are going on the needles. And then finally, it's just kind of a birthday present too, because the rest of what was left of the birthday money from my parents, I bought another set of Rolex. So these are much bigger than the ones I get from Naturally Knitting. They definitely weigh more. The colorway is called Kansas. It's got like powder blues, golds, yellows, and like a mustardy brown. And these are from Blue Barn Fiber. And these are a blend of merino wool and baby alpaca. Feel them. So soft.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna knit those. I'm gonna spin those up on my blender wheel. I don't think I'm gonna spin these on a spindle. I'm gonna use the Naturally Knitty ones for the spindle. So I'll let you know how these go. I love the colorway, and I figured I'd give them a try. I put lavender sachets in them because they smell incredibly much like vinegar, and actually the smell is pretty much gone now just from having the lavender sachets in there. So worked out good. So that's it with all the goodies we have to show you, other than the river. Isn't it beautiful here? Normally we'd be facing the river, but it's a beautiful day here.
We wanted to give you a sense of the Hudson Valley.
Now, if you come down here, there's a walking trail that goes from one end of the river, or one end of Croton to the other, and all the way down and back. It's 3 miles, and there's little places to park. There's lots of people here. You could. It's just gorgeous. There's a little 9/11 memorial at the end of the trail.
Maybe you can get a photo of it for the end
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe we'll walk down there. You guys
good.
feel like it?
I'll go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just to share a little nitty news, on September 7th, I'm going on a little Hudson River cruise organized by Cornwall Yarn Store and oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the yarn. Fiber.
I don't know.
Oh, Kelborn Woolens. What's the name of their yarn?
I don't know.
The Fiber Company. Oh my gosh, I had a big blank there. So the Fiber Company is going to be on the cruise, and they're going to have a yarn tasting and food. And my husband's shaking his head. My husband's going, she. And my mother-in-law gave me some yarn money, so I'm going to probably spend it on that boat. Now he's going,
Yeah, now he's shaking his head.
Yeah, he was real happy when he heard his mother gave me more money for yarn.
What a good mama.
She is. She's
She
the
is.
best. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm hoping one of my friends will be able to come with me. Maybe Sandy or MaryJean, I don't know, we'll see.
We'll see. Because the following weekend is Stitch and Pitch at City Field with the New York Mets.
Well, I won't
And
go
this
to a Mets
year,
game.
I know Amy says she's only a Yankee fan,
I won't go to a Mets game.
but this year they're giving away a stuffed Mr. Met with knitting needles.
I wouldn't be, where would I burn him? No.
Let's go Mets! I'm a Queens girl.
Oh boy. Whatever.
Whatever.
Oh, all I know is I can't wait till Rhinebeck, even though MaryJean won't be coming again.
Next year.
Next year she can come because her husband, your
My
husband's
husband will
retired.
hopefully be retired, if not then, but at least my boys will both be
Really?
in
In 2
Scouts.
months?
No, next year.
Oh, next year.
She
Oh,
can't go
okay.
this year. They got some event at Croton Point Park on the
Oh.
same day.
Boy Scout, Cub Scout stuff.
Yeah, and we have MaryJean and I, by the way, just for a little history. And by the way, I made her sign a contract not to say any
I
bad.
won't say anything bad.
We've been friends since 1st grade. And so we've known each other a really, really long time. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's nothing we don't know about each other.
Probably not.
What was that, Mark?
Knows where all the bodies are buried.
MaryJean knows where all the bodies are buried. Okay. No, but
Yarn caskets.
you're so bad. So anyway, what was I going to say? Forgot what I was going to
I
say.
don't
You
know.
said you've been friends for how
we've
many
been-
years?
Well, we're 48. Oh, I was going to mention that we have our 30-year high school reunion the same weekend as Rhinebeck. And it's luckily it's like within walking distance of my house. So,
Yeah, luckily it's walking distance, wink wink.
now, thank goodness it's walking distance because now
For you.
I can drink. But it's the
Because
same
based
weekend.
on what they were saying about their high school friends.
Oh, I didn't make
We
you sign the contract, did I?
I didn't have to sign any contract.
We love our high school
Go
friends.
Hen Hud! Both of my
Yeah.
children graduated from Hen Hud.
Yeah.
In fact, it's their 30th anniversary of graduation,
Yeah.
and this year is my daughter's 10th anniversary.
Wow. And my daughter's the same age as, my son is the same age as her daughter. But he stayed back a year, so he's got another year. Not that I think he'd go. Oh my gosh. All right, so I guess that's it. Thank you for joining us down here by the river again. I hope you enjoyed meeting my good friends, MaryJean
Nice to
and
see you
Sandy.
again.
Good to meet you.
Hopefully they'll be with me
Hey,
on the
Nitty
cruise.
friends, come join us.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
really.
try. Let's see if I can con my hubby into giving me the money.
Fork it over. All right, guys. Ciao for now.